Hello, Grande Alive! It's a balmy 43 degrees above zero outside, the snow is melting, and this is your weekly Newsish Roundup brought to you by Ronde Hospital, Northwest Furniture and Mattress, Anything2Digital.com, and Direct Music Source. The university's coffers are filling up. According to the Observer newspaper, the EOU Foundation received about 3 times the amount of donations last year than in the year previous. And exactly how much did they raise?
$1 million.
$1 million? That's a lot of Benjamins, and this is only part of the overall financial success that the university seems to be having. We sat down several weeks ago and talked to Tom Insko, EOU's president, about the current financial situation up at Eastern Oregon University. And he said after a lot of years of financial problems, their cup is finally filling up.
The good news is we're on very solid footing now. Over the course of the last 2 years, we went from being in the red as an institution to having a fund balance in excess of 10%. And I just use that number simply as a metric that the state recognizes as when an institution is around 10% fund balance, it's considered to be financially healthy.
Now, according to the Observer, Mike Allstott, president of the EOU Foundation, said they're raking in the cash as a direct result of their sports team's successes, their academic programs, plus the music and community events that have been put on up at EOU.
It's an exciting time actually for campus. I was just walking this morning and ran into a neighbor of mine, and she commented to me about the buzz on campus, about how much there's so much energy on campus and there's students everywhere. And that's great to hear that people in the community are seeing that as well. So when you add programs like wrestling and men's soccer, and we have a good, the athletic teams are doing great. We have a tremendous arts program that's bringing people on campus. The complete works of William Shakespeare that was just being aired. People were just glowing over it and loving and telling their friends, you need to go up and see this. And when you have that happening in the community, that creates a good vibe, right? Students feel good about what they're seeing and feeling on campus. We have increased retention rates because we're really focused on trying to work with those students, particularly not only after they're here, but as they're staying here. So as a sophomore, hey, how's it going? Can we do anything to help you? Are you getting the classes you needed? And then we're making those adjustments to help keep those students here and graduating on time.
This title story was brought to you by Northwest Furniture and Mattress. Sean and Mike want to sell you a couch. One that looks like this, or like this, or like this. No, not like that, or like this. So get on down to Northwest Furniture and Mattress and buy all your non-kitty couches and support local business. In other news, it's always nice when we get people on camera here who are way prettier than I am. And speaking of that, early this week, Kelly Ducote joined me for Coffee with Will, and dang, she really stole the show, both visually and with her stories about writing for The Observer in Grande.
When I was at The Observer, when you're constantly hearing people's stories and meeting new people, it's just a wealth of stuff to write about, and that's fantastic. And when I was there, I did very little personal writing because like you said, you can't really separate yourself from it. I mean, you can, and you can present it in a way that's not biased, but at the same time, you are invested in it, and so
especially the people that you're talking
exactly. And it's something about capturing the raw emotion that you are getting from them about whatever it is.
Now, before all you social justice warriors accuse me of misogyny for just focusing on her looks, stop. She actually had some very profound thoughts and stories about Grande.
And I really think that it's the arts community that really enriches this place in a way that you would never expect. And I think they add so much to the quality of this place. And then of course it's just the geography and landscape that's gorgeous, and can't really imagine being anywhere else.
The conversation was a wonderfully pleasant and interesting look into Kelly's love story with Grande and her experiences writing for both The Observer and now the Liberty Theater. The rest of this interview is available on the Grande Alive Facebook page. And back for a second week, it's Get Out and Go with Emily Adair from Go Magazine.
Hi, I'm Emily Adair from Go Magazine.
And I'm Will Bowman from LaGrandeAlive.tv, and this is Get Out and Go.
Music fans might recognize the name Gregory Rollins from concerts in the area. Rollins recently moved back to La Grande after living briefly in Mexico, and he's wasted no time getting back into the region's music scene. The guitarist and singer actually makes 2 appearances in this week's Go magazine.
First of all, Rollins will be one of 3 songwriters to perform at the upcoming Toonsmith Night in Enterprise. He will be joined by Elwood, a folk and soul musician also from La Grande, and Travis Ward, a blues musician based in Boise, Idaho. The artists will perform in a round-robin format, which is typical of the monthly event put on by the Wallowa Valley Music Alliance.
Rollins pops up again in the Quick Take section of Go, which includes an exciting announcement regarding his band Catskills. He and his bandmates, Wayne Callahan, Jeff Grammer, and Andy Steele, certainly have reason to celebrate. Catskills will be one of more than 400 bands from around the world playing at Treefort Music Fest next month.
And if your music tastes tend more toward magical singing than rock and roll, Eastern Oregon University's got you covered. As part of the theater department's season-long celebration of William Shakespeare, EOU is holding a Royal Renaissance feast. The meal includes live entertainment similar to what medieval royalty would have had. Singing and dancing, as well as Shakespearean recitations, will be performed by members of the theater department while participants enjoy fine dining.
And if you're looking for more modern theater, you can head over to Baker City, where Eastern Oregon Regional Theater is holding a female production of The Odd Couple. The Odd Couple has seen many adaptations, bringing Oscar Madison and Felix Unger to life on stage, the big screen, and television. This female version follows Olivia Madison and Florence Unger through the comedy.
For more information, be sure to grab a copy of this week's issue of Go magazine.
We're also online at GoNortheastOregon.com and on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
And for more local content, check out La Grande Alive.
Thanks for tuning in to Get Out and Go.
A couple of other upcoming events. Nature's Pantry is having a Valentine's Night cooking class on, well, Valentine's Day. So all you lovebirds who like to chop and fry and saute or are just looking to try out your culinary skills with your partner, head down to Nature's Pantry and sign up for the Valentine's Day cooking class. It's $50 a couple and it starts at 6 p.m. And speaking of food, what's the best meal of the day? Lunch! No. Dinner? No. That's right, it's breakfast. And this last week, the Boy Scout troop of La Grande had their annual Friends of the Boy Scouts breakfast and proved me right. There was eggs Benedict, potatoes, coffee cake, and various other delicious and scrumptious breakfast items. La Grande Alive attended this breakfast event, and though I couldn't eat the eggs Benedict because, well, vegetarian, I was able to get some footage.
Will the creator of the knife raise his hand? All right, Mr. Christensen back there.
Scouting has certainly been challenged by the cultural changes this nation has gone through. Yet the essential traits of scouting remains consistent and constant.
Stay tuned to La Grande Alive because we will be doing a package on the Boy Scouts in several weeks. In sports, the La Grande Tiger Boys basketball team doubled up on McLaughlin this week, 62-31. They will play McLaughlin again this Friday at home. Imbler boys also took their game, though not by quite so large a margin. They beat Grant Union by a slim 42-40, their only game of the weekend. Union boys had 2 games, won 1, lost 1. Their loss versus Grant Union 48-55, and their win versus Enterprise by a 20-point stack 46-26. Elgin had the worst weekend of the boys, losing their only game 45-57 against Enterprise. The girls' La Grande team also smashed McLaughlin 69-45. Elgin girls lost, like the boys, their loss going to Enterprise 27-46. Union girls lost both their games to Grant Union 38-46 and Enterprise 22-44. Imbler also lost to Grant Union, but by the ever so slight of margins, 41-43. And now, Evan and Chris, EOU Sports for you who love your Mountie athletics.
I'm Evan House.
And I'm Chris Duarte of VU Athletics.
This is Around the Mountain in about 90 seconds.
The women's basketball team picked up 2 wins on the road over the weekend in Portland. Friday, the blue and gold took care of Multnomah, 77-45. Maya IUD has registered 19 points among 4 Mounties that scored in double figures. Saturday, the team beat Warner Pacific, 67-43. Paris drained a season-best 7 threes for 21 points.
The EOU men's basketball team split its pair of Portland games this weekend. On Friday, EOU rolled out to a dominating 115-85 win over Multnomah. Saturday, blue and gold fell to Warner Pacific 84-70. On the weekend, Brian McGriff led the way, averaging 26 points and 10.5 rebounds. The EOU men's and women's basketball teams host Southern Oregon on Friday and Oregon Tech on Saturday for senior night. Games start at 5:30.
Men's and women's wrestling both dropped duels to Southern Oregon. The men lost 37-9 with lone victories coming from Mark Bala and Clark Woodward. Up next for the men is regional qualifiers February 18th. The women fell to the Raiders 36-9 and registered a win from Vinny Perez. The women will be in Oklahoma City this weekend for nationals with all 7 members competing.
The indoor track and field team represented this weekend in Nampa for the Jackson Invite. Matt Kirkendall topped his own school record in the 60-meter hurdles, while Peyton Jolly set a school record in the triple jump en route to being CCC Athlete of the Week. Thomas Morrell took second in the 800-meter run while punching his ticket to nationals. Finally, the foursome of Morrell, Alex Navarro, Josh Wallen, and Dustin Zimmerly dominated the distance medley relay, finishing in first. EOU ends its indoor season on February 11th at the Boise State Team Challenge.
That's a wrap in EOU Athletics. Stay tuned next week as we take you around the mound in about 90 seconds.
For more information, visit us at www.eusports.com.
And that's your weekly Newsish Roundup. This roundup was brought to you by Ronde Hospital, Northwest Furniture and Mattress, anything2digital.com, and Direct Music Source. Please like and share this video and tune in to Grande Live for more local content. I'm Will Bowman.